the course. This is a course produced by Chocolate Lab Games, and we are going to look at how to reskin an iPhone or iPad game from A to Z. My name is Elaine Heaney. I'm the CEO of Chocolate Lab Apps, and over the past 12 months I have published about 120 apps, a mixture of various apps and games. I have had number ones in about 50 countries, I think, 2 US top 10s, and things are going really well. It's a really exciting business to be in. So I'm going to share a bit of my knowledge with you in this course, what went right, mistakes I made, and hopefully you can avoid as well, and also the process for actually reskinning a game right from the beginning when you register with Apple as a developer. And then we're going to go through how to come up with really good ideas. So market research is hugely important, and certainly I know when I started, and I didn't necessarily do a lot of market research, and I managed to lose some money at the start, which could definitely have been avoided if I actually had understood the market a lot better. We're going to then look into choosing the right theme, the importance of your app name, why app keywords are critical, in terms of people actually finding your app. We're going to look through how you choose source code. If you're going to make an app or a game, usually you can go and buy the code somewhere. You can get someone to make it for you, but a really kind of cost efficient and fast way to do it is to buy code. So I'm going to go through what kind of source code you should look for, where you could get it, why you should buy certain pieces of source code over other examples, and also what to look for in order to maximize your revenue when your app or game is then in the store. So one of the hardest parts of reskinning a game is finding a brilliant team to work with. So this is going to cover hiring a great artist and a really good developer. If you have people on your team that are just incredible to work with, and every time you open an email from them, you're excited to see what new things they've done and how their art is progressing, or you've got a new build on your phone and you're really excited to try it out. It just proves every single time that having a really good team behind you just makes life so much easier. And then of course the opposite is true. If your team are terrible and you haven't heard from your developer in about 3 months, your artist has gone AWOL and they haven't even sent you in any art, and you're losing money and it's all going badly wrong, obviously it's a different story. So we are going to go through how you can find really good artists and developers, and also then how you can keep them. We're going to go through the list of SDKs that should be included in your apps. We'll explain what an SDK is, why it's important to use them. We're going to cover, exactly, engagement, retention, and revenue, and how SDKs can contribute to these. Quality versus quantity. This is a huge one. It's something that if you can get the balance right, it really, really works very well. One of the issues that people can have, certainly if they're starting off at the beginning and they've got this great idea for this app or this game they want to make, and they really focus on quality. It's all about quality, and they can spend months. They can probably spend over a year just perfecting this one game or this one app, and that's one end of the spectrum. And the downside to that is that you've actually got nothing shipped and you've no revenue coming in. And at the end of the day, this is a business, so really it's all about the revenue. And then the flip side of that is quantity. It's when you're just doing lots and lots of small apps, but sometimes you can actually forget about the quality. And if you can actually get a balance between both of these, you'll find that it does actually impact your revenues in a very positive way. We are going to walk through publishing in iTunesconnect. So this is something that you need to do, not your developer. And there's a few tips and tricks that we'll include here. So we're going to create the perfect developer kit. This is something that if you can do really well, and it's not even that hard to do, it's just going to save you so much time and so much money. And then once you've hired your team from, God, I've hired and fired so many people at this stage, it's a bit crazy, but there are definitely things that you can do when you're working with your team that just make your life so much easier. It makes their life so much easier. You get your work done faster, there's less delays and you lose less money. So we're going to go through 10 tips for working with your team. And then this is a huge one. This is probably if you can crack this, this is the way that you're going to increase your revenue really dramatically. So how to manage your time effectively. So we've got pro tips on how to do this. Okay, show me the money. It's all about the money at the end of the day. This is a business. So we have more pro tips on how to maximize your revenue. And there's a number of different ways we're going to do this. Exponential growth. So the whole goal of what I'm doing at the minute is I'm trying to chase exponential growth. And to do this, it means that you work on your business. You don't just work in your business. So you've got to see the big picture. You've got to be looking for opportunities. The funny thing, I guess, about this business is in some way it is kind of the correlation between the amount of time you put in. You know, you do obviously get revenue from that because you're pumping out God knows how many games. But if you can figure out big key concepts that don't necessarily take a huge amount of time to do, but if you can work on your business and figure out a really good strategy and make good decisions, you can actually make a lot more money in a shorter amount of time. So this is mega stuff. So we're going to go through this as well. Okay, I'm excited to get started. Thank you for being interested in the course and look forward to seeing you in the next video.